Hey everybody, it's Kim with Best Essentials, and I'm joining you to share a homemade elderberry syrup recipe. It's so easy and it only takes 3 ingredients. We are going to add some essential oils to this, or if you prefer, you can use the herbs of cinnamon, ginger, and you could use some orange peel as well. So really quick and easy. You first need to boil your elderberry. That's super important, as otherwise they may become a little toxic and might give you a little nausea or a stomach upset. So that's super important first step. So I've boiled my elderberry. Now we're going to strain it, and we're going to mix in some local honey from our local area here. So this will last about 2 weeks in the fridge, and it's really important to add the honey and not omit it, because it helps with a preservative effect, and that's really important. Otherwise you'll just have elderberry juice, and you should probably consume that within a couple of days. But you're going to miss out on some great healing properties if you leave out the honey. And you're only going to take about a tablespoon or teaspoon to a tablespoon at a time, so you don't have to worry too much about that. Okay, so let me grab my elderberry, and we're just going to strain it here in this colander, and I'm putting it into a cup measure, and I'm spilling it. That's awesome. It's distinctly not awesome. That's such a bummer. I didn't want to waste any juice, but anywho, and we're gonna press our elderberry down a little bit so we don't lose, or so we get all of the juice out of the elderberry that we can. We're not going to be saving this elderberry. I know it would be tempting to do that, but you're not going to want to do that for tea or something like that. It has done its job for us. So we're going to compost it or just dispose of it at this point. So you're going to press down and get all the little remnants of juice left out of that. It made about a cup of juice, and when I'm making these recipes, like to double my recipe, because if I'm doing something that's in any way time consuming, I want to maximize my time. So I wanted to get as much juice out of here as I can. All right, so I have a bit of a mess happening, so I have to clean it up. Excuse me, 1 second. Okay, you can tell when someone did something for the first time, right? Okay, you can buy elderberry syrup, of course, pretty much at any of your health food stores, but this will be a really great and very cost-effective recipe for you, and possibly even more effective for immune support. You're using your local honey. You're going to use a nice organic berry. Okay, sorry, made a giant mess. So we're pressing this down. And the recipe I'll share below in case you need to have it somewhere written, but you can just write this down really quick. It's 1/2 cup of your elderberry, 1/2 cup of raw honey, and 2 cups of water. So you're first, like I said, gonna boil it down. In your 2 cups of water, you're just gonna boil your elderberry, and then you're going to let it come to room temperature. That's really important because, which is gonna be about 90 to 95 degrees. That's really important because you still need it to be warm enough to melt the honey, but not enough to where you're cooking the honey, right? Because we won't need the raw honey to get those good properties. All right, and part of the reason why that is because it would kill the healing enzymes that are in the honey. So, all right. So there is research that's come out, you guys, that use of elderberry syrup can lessen the symptoms of a cold or flu by 4 days, which is really remarkable. In our house, we like to use this preventatively, and you would just ramp up your usage if you did start to feel something coming on. This was in addition to other preventative measures like the fire cider that I made earlier, and also we're using our essential oils like On Guard, things like that to protect our bodies. If you have kiddos, you might use the stronger roller. That's the kiddo version. And there's lots and lots of other great essential oils and products to stay healthy and be proactive about your health. Okay, so I'm gonna take this now and put it in a bowl. So excuse me 1 second. I'll show you what that looks like, minus the giant mess on my counter. Make sure you use the right kind of strainer is the punchline. Okay, so we have about this much juice. I'm gonna mix in the honey, and then we're gonna use essential oils of cinnamon, ginger, and wild orange. You could also use lemon. They're both have really amazing cleansing properties. They're high in antioxidants, high in antibacterial, antiviral properties. Really powerful and potent tools to be using. So dosage for adults would be about, like I said, a teaspoon every 3 to 4 hours if you're feeling something coming on that you're trying to ward off. And for littles, you would just take half of that amount, basically. It's really challenging to mix honey into this, apparently. I might have let it cool a little too much. Anyway, another suggestion is to diffuse your On Guard to make sure you're using your supplements, getting plenty of rest, and eating a healthy diet. All of these things are really helpful in supporting our immune system, as well as supporting our gut health is really, really important. A lot of our immunity comes from our gut health. All right, so you want this to be warm enough, which I don't think yeah, mine's cold now. Warm enough to actually melt the honey, but not enough that you're cooking it. And then how we're going to do this for the oils, you can always add more oils to taste and also for benefits, but you can't take them out. So we're gonna go really gingerly. We're gonna do 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. And cinnamon is a warmer oil. Let's see, there we go. So 1 drop of cinnamon, rather, not a teaspoon, 1 drop. And we're gonna do 2 drops of your ginger essential oil. Ginger is really helpful for the metabolism. It's great for digestion. Cinnamon helps balance your blood sugar. It has tons of immune supporting properties, super powerful antioxidant. And then wild orange, we already talked about that. And you can be pretty judicious with this, or not judicious, you could be pretty liberal rather with your wild orange. But I'm gonna try 4 drops to start. And then you just mix that up. And I'm going to put it in an upcycled bottle. And then, like I said, you'll store that in your refrigerator. It won't be as thick as a store purchased elderberry, but that's okay. It will thicken as it is in your refrigerator. But like I said, it may be more effective and definitely more cost effective. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If this is helpful, then feel free to share and follow along with our other videos for promoting health and wellness naturally. Thanks so much for watching and have a great day. Stay well, everybody.